Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your man with the plan, Jay Grinds, out here with another YouTube video. In this video today, we're going to be going over some new snipe filters in NBA 2k22 and how you can make tons of MT this weekend. But before we get into that, if you are new, if you could please like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, as we are just one subscriber away from 50 subs, which would be crazy. We did go ahead and get these two little snipes here, which is going to be the first filter that we're going to go over. So the first filter today is the dark matter cheapest filter, which is going crazy. Basically what you want to do is set your color to dark matter and find the cheapest one, which earlier I've been selling these this morning for 10,750. Okay, so we have some posted here that have been up for a little bit. Okay, these have been up for 15 minutes as well. These might get bought. You might be able to make around that same price, but just to be safe, we'll say that you can sell them for 10,500, which should be pretty easy, or even 10,000, you know, if that's the case. So what you want to do is bring this down to about 8,000 then, assuming if we can only sell them for 10,000. That way you're making at least 1,000 MT per snipe. But this filter has been going insane with these new next packs that came out, as there is only dark matters in them. So people are pulling these dark matters like crazy, and this dark matter cheapest snipe filter has been going crazy. The next filter we're going to get into is the Galaxy Opal cheapest, which there are still bots in the game that are buying every single Galaxy Opal for 7,600 MT and less. As you see here, they're buying them about every 5 minutes. So these ones are all posted up within the last 3 minutes. These are going to all get bought out in about 2 minutes or so. So what you want to do is bring your maximum buyout down to 6,000 and just keep refreshing. This filter possibly could be a bit dry this weekend, since the packs that were released yesterday do not have any Galaxy Opals in them. So it's still a good filter to work, but considering that it's 7,600 or 8,000 to work the dark matter cheapest filter, which will be going much more crazy, I would just suggest you go ahead and work the dark matter cheapest filter. But the next filter that we're going to go ahead and get into is going to be the end game filter, which is a rare and competitive filter. There's only 2 cards in the game that you can snipe on this filter. Basically what you do is set your theme to end game, your minimum buyout to 500, and just keep refreshing. If you do have the patience for this filter though, and you do get a snipe, you could easily make 1,000,000 MT profit. So this is a crazy filter, but like I said, it's competitive and super rare since there's only 2 cards on this filter. The next filter we're going to get into is the Invincible Filter. So what you want to do is set your theme to Invincible, minimum buyout to 500, and keep refreshing. This filter should be getting a lot more active, as we now have like almost 30 Invincibles in the game that do pop up on this filter. I did finally see my first Invincible snipe, and this is what happened. Go ahead and roll the clip. We got Robert Ory, and somehow we missed it with only an 18-second delay. I thought I was quick, but that is what it is. So go ahead, Invincible theme, minimum buyout 500, and just keep refreshing. Now, Bill Russell Invincible, you might want to watch out for. He should still be a snipe, but he is the cheapest Invincible in the game right now, so just kind of keep your eye on him. Let me just throw a bid on this one and make sure someone's got a bid on him to make sure he is still a snipe. Okay, so someone's already put some bid on him, but just check if when you work in this filter, just check Bill Russell, see what he's going for, and maybe you might want to avoid Bill Russell. Other than that, everything is a snipe. Alright, that is it for the Invincible filter. The next filter we're going to go over today is going to be the 550 filter. What you want to do is set your maximum buyout to 550 and just keep refreshing. This is a great budget filter. It's always going to be a great budget filter. It's very active, so if you're new to sniping, you need some practice, this is a great filter for you. You can see any card in the game on this filter if it's put up for obviously 550 MT or less, so dark matters, Invincibles, endgame. So it's a great filter, but you get lots of practice, and anything on there is a snipe. Next filter we're going to go ahead and get into is the Hero cheapest filter, which is also a very great filter. What you want to do is find the cheapest Hero card that's on the auction house, which should be going for about 71,000. Let's see here. Okay, so about 71,000 you should be able to sell them for. So what you want to do is drop your maximum buyout down to about 60,000 and just keep refreshing. Maybe 60,500. I do like to do a little extra because sometimes people will put it for like, you know, 60,050. They'll throw, you know, just a random number. So I like to have a little bit of wiggle room, and that's what I like to do. And you just keep refreshing on this, and it should be a decently active filter. These cards are getting a little bit more rare with more people locking it in, but still a great filter all the same. If you see a MJ, a KD, you're going to be making tons of money anyways. Next filter we're going to get into is the hero enabled filter. So what you want to do is make sure you don't have any of these expensive hero cards in your collection, and Anthony Davis might be one to look out for. I don't think he's a snipe anymore, but other than that, make sure you have those cards in your collection, no expensive ones. Then go over here to theme, hero, set your minimum buyout to 500, and then scroll your minimum bid up to about 85,000, 90,000, somewhere around there. Basically what you want to do is search before you hit enabled, and make sure there's not a ton of cards that show up when you search at the minimum bid that you set. You really want to make sure there's maybe less than about 120 cards on here that show up when you search, because that is what 2K will have to filter out. And if you get any more than that, the filter just breaks and the cards won't pop up. So this is a working filter at about 85,000. So what you want to do is hit enabled and just keep searching. You also do need to enable Kevin Garnett. I didn't have him enabled. I did just enable him just now. So that was one card that wasn't in the original clip. But just keep searching here. This should be a great filter. You make tons of profit. These cards are getting super expensive. But the next filter we're going to get into is the shoe colorways diamond. So what you want to do, go over to consumables, shoe colorways diamond, find the cheapest one on all, which is going for about 1,500. So typically I like to do the Nike and do the all. In this case, I think the best one is just the all. Let's check out the price of the Nike. Basically set to Nike. I think they're only going for about 2,700 or so. Let's see here. Okay, so here's some for 3,000. I knew that would come up. So 2,750. So the reason, I mean, you can go ahead and put your maximum buyout to 1,500 and work the Nike filter, but I think it's more beneficial to just put your your maximum buyout to 1,000 and work the all filter, as even if you get a non-Nike shoe and sell it for 1,500, it's still technically a snipe and profit if you're on a budget. And then obviously if you do get a Nike on this filter, you are making decent MT. So that's what I would recommend for shoe colorways. Filter is usually pretty active, so it should be active, I would assume. Next filter is a new one. What you want to do is under consumables, go shoe boost, diamond, and then put your maximum buyout to 350, and then just keep refreshing. What you're looking for on this filter, which is a pretty active filter, I tested this out last night, and I was actually getting a lot of snipes. You want to look for, I mean, there's so many things on here. You might want to check some of your diamond shoe prices that you maybe have in your collection to see what cards you want to snipe. But driving dunk, strength, stamina, ball handle, those are all little tiny mini snipes. They sell for about 1,500. The big ones you want to look for is speed with ball, acceleration, lateral quickness, and three-point shot. Those all sell for like around 5,000. So this is huge, and they do pop up very frequently on that filter. The last filter we're going to go ahead and get into today is the point guard enabled filter, which, like I said, I will leave the little ad card in the corner over when I was talking about the hero enabled filter of how to set up enabled filter. But on this filter, you can get all these endgame Magic, Luka, the new Dyson. I mean, there's so many great point guards that go for expensive that you can snipe on this filter, which is why this is actually one of my favorite filters, because it doesn't cost as much as the just dark matter enabled. What you want to do is go ahead and set your theme or your position of point guard, color to dark matter, and hit enabled and scroll up, and you just have to buy every cheapest dark matter until you get up to 100,000, so you can enable the filter and start only seeing the expensive ones. That is it for the video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are new, please like and subscribe, and y'all have a blessed day. Jay Grinds out.